In the political world, late last week, the big headline was that Mitt Romney said, "No, I'm not running." And reaction from other folks in the GOP and the political pundits. Let's talk about that and other happenings up in D.C. Fox News political analyst, Washington Times columnist Jeff Birnbaum joining us on the Valley's Morning News. Romney pulled from a potential run because there's no money for him, right, Jeff?
Well, not enough of it, yes. You can't have too many candidates trying to raise $100 million by the summer and have everyone come out okay.
Man, that's a lot of cash.
But that is the race, and I think that Jeb Bush in particular got the jump on Romney, not leaving enough room for that kind of money contest.
Yeah, as if Mr. Romney or even Jeb need any cash. I mean, the family dollars are there to begin with if they want to run for anything, don't you think? I mean, just in their family alone.
$100 million.
Well, Mitt,
certainly not discretionary cash.
And you're limited on what you can donate to your own campaign, I suppose, as far as campaign donation. So
I don't think so. No.
No.
No. Okay. There is no limit.
I apologize. I'm learning this as I go.
Yes, that's all right. But okay. I don't think that either Romney or Jeb Bush were planning to put in $100 million of their own money, even if they had it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure Mr. Romney has pretty close to what he needs to kickstart the campaign. But anyway, he wants to allow new talent to run for president. Effectively, that's what he said, right? He wants someone fresh, someone new, and that's a dig against Mr. Bush, right?
Not necessarily. The Bush name is not new, but Jeb Bush has not run for president. And in fact, if Bush has any chance of winning, he has to persuade Republican voters first that he is a different kind of Bush, that he is, in fact, fresh, has new ideas, and is more future-oriented.
Good luck with that. Yeah. Jeff Birnbaum, Fox News political analyst, joining us on 710 KURV.
He's the mushiest of the mushy middles, boy. So Jeff, Tim Sullivan here. Romney pulls out, but then some follow-up polls, surprisingly to some, did not show Jeb Bush rising to the front-runner spot. That went to Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker in some of these polls. One of these fresh faces, I think, that Romney was referring to.
Right. You're talking about the Des Moines, Iowa poll done with Bloomberg. And, in fact, if Jeb Bush does become a serious candidate for president, I think we all have to remember that it's extremely unlikely that he would win in Iowa. Someone like Scott Walker, a neighbor, if you will, to Iowa, is from Wisconsin, is much more likely to win there. So there will be a two-headed Republican primary. Whoever wins in Iowa, and then whoever wins in New Hampshire, going to South Carolina afterwards.
That's a regional advantage there, right, because of the whole neighbor thing. Right. Okay, I get it. What about the more liberty-minded, oh, Lord, please make it happen, Rand Paul? What about him rising to the top?
Well, he's, I think, clearly in the upper second tier, if you want to.
And how many tiers do you have, Jeff?
There are about 20 Republicans who are running, so there are plenty of tiers there. I think that you cannot dismiss Rand Paul. I mean, we know that there's a Clinton running, there's a Bush running, and there's also a Paul running, and so we're used to that as well, going back many years.
We can dismiss a Rick Perry, though, can't we, I think, already at this point?
I think we can, yes.
Yep.
Ted Cruz?
I would like to see what kind of effectiveness he has in especially Iowa. And I know he does too, but it will be an early first test for him.
Is the money there, potentially? Or does he need to open up his mouth and speak a little bit before they open up their wallets?
No, that'll just hurt him more.
No, I think that's going to help. That's going to help. Especially on the Republican side, liberty-minded people, they'll open up the wallets if he says the right things.
Yeah, I think that the Tea Party candidate, Cruz, is definitely in the running for that. And he probably won't need to raise as much money because he has a lot of devoted followers who will volunteer for him.
I see. $5, $20 here and there as well, as far as that movement. Anything else taking place in D.C. that we should be watching on the legislation side?
Yes, today the president unveils his budget, which
$4 trillion.
will,
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
right. He's actually asking for an extra $1 trillion and trying to get rid of the so-called sequester, those automatic across-the-board spending cuts.
Yikes.
And on that, he's not going to get much agreement from the Republicans in charge of the Hill, but he will find common ground on maybe some taxes and other things.
Okay, so he's shooting high, trying to find a middle ground. That's what you think he's doing.
I don't think he's doing that.
He's angling to push the annual deficit up to $1.5 trillion again. All right, thank you much, Jeff. That's Jeff Birnbaum from Fox News joining us on 710 KURV.